Hello and welcome to another BWhack review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Ross Chastain's Busch Light Apple Chevy for 2025. So we take a look at the box. Once again, used to have the generic Lionel Racing box. 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Lionel Racing 21 Plus. Ross Chastain Trackhouse, got to render the car right there. Standard finish 2025. Made a total of 504 of these things. Kind of surprised this just does have the base MLQ number. Would have thought this would be more popular than that, but NASCAR Cup Series, standard finish. Same stuff on the back of the box. Register your car, Lionel Garage, and you, of course, have your copyright and such on the bottom of the box. Here is the car itself. The great return of the Busch Apple cans and the Busch Apple car. As you remember, they replaced it with Peach for a couple years, but everyone wanted the Apple back instead, so they obliged and brought back Apple. Still waiting on the Where's the Watermelon Busch. I'm surprised that they still haven't done that. Seems like that would write itself with all the merchandise, but I don't know. For some reason, they still haven't done that, but it is good to get the Apple car back because these Apple cars always look fantastic. The bright red just looks great. I do remember specifically this ran at Michigan, and he was running around Joey Logano a lot during that race, and that was the race that Joey Logano ran the red Hunt Brothers pizza car. So you had two really cool bright red cars running together that really looked nice together. You can have your beer with your pizza, I guess, but this ran a couple times during the summer. It is kind of funny how they run so many paint schemes that the standard primary Busch car only runs 5 times a year most of the time, which is kind of funny, but it does have the nice red chrome edge to the number. As you can see, another very highly detailed Busch Apple car. Really cool to see a new take on the Busch Apple car, but you can see there's a bunch of apples in baskets, a bunch of farmland, apple trees, everything. Just looks fantastic. Anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood, you have Busch Light Apple. Got Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, Trackhouse, and number 1. Down the side, you got Busch Light, got Moose Fraternity, Kubota, and Jockey. This does, again, have the Busch Trackhouse little fuel cell thing. I'm glad they're finally putting that in most of the diecast now. On the C post, you have Acceptance Insurance and Wendy's. On the B post, you have Siemens Chevrolet. There's your one winner sticker when Ross won the Coca-Cola 600. There's Ross Chastain's name on the name rail with the Melon Man logo. NASCAR Cup Series and all that. On the back, you got Busch Light, Chevrolet, number 1, Quaker State ZL1. It is funny, the Quaker State logo is actually on a red background. I don't know if I've ever seen a Quaker State logo on a red background like that. Also weird it doesn't say Busch Light Apple on the back, just Busch Light. Anyways, on the deck hood, you got Race for the Mountains, and on the roof, you have Busch Light Apple with some apples around it. This is number 239. Got the same stuff down the other side as usual. Take a look under the hood. So you got Chevrolet there. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. No deck lid. The roof flaps, of course, do open. And there's the inside of the car if you want to see that. Just another cool special Busch paint scheme. There's not a whole lot to talk about with a car like this. So Trackhouse was definitely a little bit off this year. Hopefully they pick it up a little bit next year. So the only times Trackhouse was even noticeable this year was, Ross and the Coca-Cola 600 out of nowhere. And then, of course, you had SVG being untouchable at every single road course, except for Coda. Which I heard that was because, I guess Coda, the crew chief set up the car more. He wasn't really paying as much attention to what SVG wanted. So he didn't win, and then once he started listening to SVG's feedback, then suddenly SVG wins every other road course the rest of the year. So, what does that tell you? I know Ross is getting a brand new crew chief for next season. A lot of people are blaming the crew chief for all of Ross's struggles the last couple of seasons, but everyone always blames the crew chief. It's always hard to tell how much of it is actually the crew chief and how much of it is just the team just being off, but I don't know. Now they have Connor Zillowitz, the hottest up-and-coming driver in NASCAR right now, so have to see how he does in Cup, because I could very well see him winning a road course or at least contending at a road course. But now they got rid of Suarez, so they might improve. Who knows? If you want this car, it is a brand new release. You can get it right now. The Busch Beer cars are weird. Like I said, some of them get rare and some of them don't. The fact this only has the base MLQ number and the Apple cars are pretty popular, I could definitely see this one getting rare, but you never know. Remember, for every diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com, and if you use the code BWhack, you get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. Just go check it out if you want anything. But anything strange, all there is to say, this has been a review of Ross Chastain's Busch Light Apple Chevy from 2025. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.